Brain freeze you in the face directly. Got him. The problem here is I don't know what's happening. Alright, we're back, and today we're playing some Premodern. This is... I mean, I've played, like, a few matches of Premodern in my life. I haven't really watched any content. I've watched some paper play, but every list that I look at and all the cards, they're just so nostalgic. It looks like a really sweet format, and it's been growing more and more. And someone put me up to this, so I was not going to say no. This deck looks sweet. I know it's not some, like, top tier deck, but I like it a lot. I'm going to try to improve upon it, which is basically what you see here. Discord user Notabene donoed for this and was playing a list that had Lion's Eye Diamonds, which is unorthodox even within the archetype, and I know he liked it with 4 Deep Analysis. When people aren't even playing this card, although I think the card is good. And he was playing a Hunting Pact, which is like a green instant that you can get with Cunning Wish that makes 4/4 beasts that has Storm. And then the list that I was seeing online were playing 4 Petal, no Teferi's Isle, no Deep Analysis, 4 Impulse, and only 4 1-mana cantrips. So those are kind of the 2 things that I've been seeing, and what I decided to do was, I think Deep Analysis is good. I don't know the format enough to really know that, but I know there's a lot of disruption, so I can power through a lot of stuff. Discard and whatnot. You can discard it with Frantic Search, and then just having cost reducers makes it pretty good too. It keeps the ball rolling, and it makes sense given that I'm playing 8 1-mana cantrips. It looks like people are playing Sleight of Hand, not Opt, and... or maybe the other way around. I think it's the other way around. I'd have to look again, but... and then I think they're basically just playing Impulse, counting it as a 1-mana cantrip, and that's their 8 cantrips. But I like having actual 1-mana cantrips so that I can keep 1 landers and just cantrip into our second land. A deck like Legacy High Tide has, what, 17, 18? Something like that. With 8 cantrips, and on top of that you have Lorien Revealed. Granted, that deck wants to make more land drops on average before it goes off, but not necessarily, and I just think it's going to run smoother. The Lines of Diamonds felt pretty clunky when I was goldfishing, but maybe it's the increase in power level that you need to have a chance with a deck like this. Again, haven't really played the format. I don't know. I got a little bit techie by playing a counterspell in the main that we can get with Merchant Scroll. Sure, you can protect your own combo with it, but I think more often it's going to be... I can't go off yet and use Merchant Scroll to stay alive, which is something that Legacy High Tide does a lot with Force of Will. I don't think we can play something like a Daze in its place or Foil, because we don't want to be picking up our lands. And this LED version was playing the Cunning Wishes. People aren't playing Cunning Wish, they're playing just 4 Brain Freeze, which seems a little wild to me. I might just be way off. Cunning Wish might be too slow, but 4 Brain Freeze feels really weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, I'm hitting a high enough density of card draw, at least in my goldfishing, where you wind up just drawing the deck. Like, the whole thing. Pretty easily. And Deep Analysis has a lot to do with that. You need something other than Meditate that goes up on cards. So if you're not playing Deep Analysis, and you're playing less cantrips, not Cunning Wish, I guess for Brain Freeze, like, you can run into a lot of... You know, I didn't shred the whole deck. I shredded, you know, half of it, or 30% of it, and I just Brain Freeze twice. So I can see that. And then the sideboard, the only thing I really added was Chain of Vapors seem to be in the non-Cunning Wish version so that they can bring them in. We do have Cunning Wish, but I think I want to be able to bring some stuff in and then still have something for Cunning Wish. in the side. It's possible you just take the Cunning Wishes out and bring in all of your bounce stuff sometimes and the other Brain Freeze. We have access to a counterspell. We have access to Stifle, so we can stifle something like Gaia's Blessing. Certain matchups you can bring in Tormod's Crypt, but I would imagine there's decks that have Gaia's Blessing that you don't know, or at least I'm not going to know. And then at least I have a main deck out to it that I can set up. And again, with a version where you're drawing the whole deck, you're going to have access to that. Once you know that on average you're drawing the whole darn thing when you go off, then you can start doing stuff like this that would normally be a pipe dream. It's kind of like how Ruby Storm or the Epic Gamble or whatever will play Alchemist Gambit to beat the One Ring. When one plays the One Ring, you just don't care, because when you go off, you draw your whole darn deck, and then you can get to it no matter what. And the rest is pretty obvious. A Snap so that Cunning Wish can get mana, a Meditate so that it can get cards, and Crypt for graveyard decks, Grid to stop a bit of interaction. Well, that's it. This is largely an experiment. Again, someone putting me up to this, they were experimenting with the list outside of the norm. The deck isn't even the norm to begin with. I don't play the format a ton, and here I am iterating on an experiment in and of itself. So, if nothing else, it will be fun and interesting, the sick format. I'm looking forward to it. I've been meaning to get into this format. Maybe this is the thing that really sparks that. It's a pretty decent paper community where I live, so maybe I'll wind up jumping in. We'll see. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you in round one. All right, here we go. Round one, we are on the play, and this hand has 0 lands. Well, this one's pretty good. I don't think I'm supposed to keep Arcane Denial. Well, let's play a land and pass. We can opt into a cost reducer, into add a card waste, huh? All right, let's opt. Another cost reducer. I feel like I'm supposed to keep that. Something tells me something's gonna go wrong. This one's more efficient, but it helps the opponent, so I think I'd rather go for Sapphire. Alright, it's in there. Are they gonna kill it? Or do something that I don't like here? Meddling Mage, okay. Hopefully they just put it on like Brain Freeze or something. If they're smart, they do something more impactful like Frantic Search or Meditate, Merchant Scroll. Basically the cards in my hand. Cloud of Faeries. Impulse, that's awesome. The one like staple card that we're actually only playing 2 of. Okay, damn, I wish I had played the Helm. I think we start with Frantic. Alright, nice. We hit another land. Get rid of Helm. And a Merchant Scroll. No, I'll just get rid of both cost reducers. Untap, untap. Okay. Play an island. I'm gonna meditate. We had a Cloud of Fairies? Oh yeah. Now we're just off and running. Play that. Untap our lands. Let's go. Merchant Scroll. Get Snap. Snap the Cloud of Fairies. Untap 2. Play the Cloud of Fairies. Untap 2. Merchant Scroll. Probably for Frantic. Could go for Meditate. It's pretty risky though. Let's get Frantic. And cast that. Get rid of Island. And Opt. Tap 3. Let's go Sleight of Hand. It's a Brain Freeze. So we don't have enough for that yet. Or do we? 10, 11, 12. No. Need 17? Yeah. Can't quite get there yet, so let's take Frantic. And then we opt. Merchant Scroll is great. Let's go Snap Cloud of Fairies. Play Cloud of Fairies. Frantic. That's fine. Merchant Scroll. If I Cunning Wish Brain Freeze. 15, 16, that's 1 shy. So we gotta meditate. Let's meditate. Uh-oh, Moto's freezing again. Here we go. I don't know that this is a very high chance to hit. It has to hit Snap, Cloud of Faeries, or Brain Freeze exactly. Actually, Brain Freeze exactly would still have been short, but we certainly hit. Oh no, I'm getting the moto lag again. Right, tap. Might as well sleight of hand, Arcane Denial, and Brain Freeze. It should be enough. Sweet. Okay, blue-white. I would imagine they have counter spells, so I think I want Defense Grid. Arcane Denial's not bad either. A little awkward with Defense Grid, but probably still worth bringing in. Meddling Mage is annoying. We have snaps. Have to name snap first. Or risk it just not doing too much. Which is fine. I don't think I really need Petal against the control strategy, assuming that's what they are. I don't know that that's the case. And just trim one of the cantrips. Maybe they'll name Impulse again when they play one of those. I would be so bad with Meddling Mage in this format. His hand is fine. It actually blows my mind people aren't playing 8 cantrips in this deck. Alright, we drew another land, which is not great. But, I mean, I don't mind a third land, I just certainly don't want to draw any more. Nimble Mongoose, huh? So this is at least 3 colors. Let's opt. I guess I'll keep opt. Deep Analysis. I'm gonna try to play a Sapphire Medallion. They have nothing for it. They'd probably kill it, but I have all these cantrips to find another one if they do. And if they don't, they're probably in some trouble. Yeah, Disenchant. Unsurprising. Another Mongoose. The goose is loose. The goose is certainly loose. Let's opt. Sleight of hand, sure. Let's opt again. If I'm to keep a land, this one is actually quite good. Imagine they're a Wasteland deck, though. So it's probably not worth it. That's a good hit. Play a land, cast Sleight of Hand. I will grab Merchant Scroll. Pass it over. Meddling Mage. But imagine if they're going to name a cost reducer, it's going to be Helm. Or they might name Sapphire. This one's already gone, so you might as well name the other one. No, they named Snap. That makes sense too. It probably means they have another one. But it's not the end of the world, because we might be popping off here. Okay. Let's go Cloud of Faeries. They're gonna swords. That's fine. I can't use Snap anyways. It did its job, and now they're tapped out. I like that. Alright, let's untap. Let's Merchant Scroll for Frantic Search. Tap out and cast it. Get rid of Snap. Deep Analysis. 1, 2, 3. Let's cast Deep Analysis. Okay. Let's Cloud of Faeries. Cunning Wish Brain Freeze. It's not enough. Sleight of hand. I guess I'll take the opt. I'm just gonna play out another Sapphire Medallion and pass. They only have 2 cards. Getting in, that's fine. Go to 11. A lot of mana open. Let's start with a sleight of hand. Perfect. Meditate. Play an island. Cast Meditate. Resolves. Oh, this game is over. Let's go Frantic. And a leak. Have 1 card in hand. Cunning Wish. Yes. Oh, they're both in my deck. The counter spells. Ooh, I forgot about that. I guess I get another Meditate. And I gotta let this go. They're getting 2 turns. Suppose I'll hold the opt. Can chump with Cloud of Faeries. Gonna swords it. Alright. Makes me less convinced that I'm dying. I've only got 1 card. Not Threshold. We were at 8. If they get Threshold, we are dead. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we go to 4. They have 1 card in hand. Let's opt. Snap does not look great. Faeries Isle. Alright, let's meditate. Did resolve. Hit a scroll. Let's go ahead and cast that. Supposed to meditate or frantic? Probably meditate. I don't play around Mana Leak by playing an island anyways. I hit Cloud of Faeries, I'll want to play this Faeries Isle. We did hit Cloud of Faeries, but it doesn't do anything here. I'd have to cycle it, which wouldn't do anything. I guess it chumps. Okay. And jump. We could also brain freeze ourselves and try to hit our other deep analysis. That doesn't seem great though. Play another medallion. And I'll pass. We have Arcane Denial. Could help. Probably won't, but could. Alright, they're attacking for lethal. We will block. We go to 2. Cast the Meddling Mage. Pretty happy I have this Arcane Denial. Also brain freeze them once right now, so the second one's easier. No. I can double brain freeze. Alright, they get to draw 2. Oh, right, we cast Meditate. I'm a dummy. I forgot we cast Meditate that turn as well. Oopsies. Alright, let's put the Arcane Denial back in the board. There's definitely times where we might want it. I'll play 1 Chain of Vapor. That way I can Merchant Scroll for it to get out of them naming Snap. Alright, we're on the play. This hand is great. Alright, we go to Faeries Isle. Turn 2, we play Sleight of Hand. There's the Goose. The Goose is loose. It's official. Alright, Island, Sleight. I'll take Meditate. Hopefully they play something. Well, if they play Meddling Mage named Sapphire Medallion, that stinks. But we do have other things to do. It's another Goose. And a Portent. Okay. We want to draw a Cloud of Faeries. Or Frantic. Frantic would be sick. I can get it with Scroll. But I can't really make use of it. I think phases out next turn too. Alright, I really want to find Cloud of Faeries. Impulse, not great. I'll take it. Sapphire Medallion. Island. I could have just went Medallion, Merchant Scroll for my counterspell. And I probably should have. It doesn't time well with this Faeries Isle though. Alright, we're going to Impulse. Well, it still costs 1 mana. And we'll take the Helm. Sapphire down. Probably just play... Oh. Alright, let's go Helm into Sapphire. Just try to set up for really big next turn. Oh, they get to Mana Leak because it costs 1 less. That's funny. That's fine. Alright, they have 3 cards. Aquarian Dryad, nice. Factual. Not no MH2 or wherever the heck Questing Druid came from. Alright, we take 2 more. I mean, the Goose is loose. It's just not Threshold. Ever. Okay. Let's go Merchant Scroll. Get Frantic. We'll cast Meditate. It resolves. That's crazy. Play an Island. Play another Helm. Play a Frantic. Wow. Didn't see that coming. That resolving is crazy. I'll discard those 2. Untap. We are officially off to the races here. Let's meditate again. Let's Sleight of Hand. Take Meditate. Merchant Scroll. Frantic. Cast Frantic again. Get rid of Island. And Deep Analysis. Untap all these. Where are the Cloud of Faeries at? Let's meditate again. Grid is free. Like that. Now they can't even, like, swords my thing. Let's Merchant Scroll for another Frantic. Let's cast Frantic. Get rid of some lands. Untap, untap, untap. That one's free. Deep Analysis. Cloud of Faeries. Untap, untap. Opt. Bottom. Opt. Bottom. That one's free. Brain Freeze. And then we can just Deep Analysis them. If they have some sideboard attack, I can stifle it. So far, nothing. So far, we're good. Get milled, get milled, get milled. Get milled. Mill. 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 And then Deep Analysis, target you. Got him. Nice. All right, we're 1-0. See you in the next round. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links for bringing you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. All right, here we go. Round 2. I will keep this hand. We got lands, we got a cost reducer, we have cantrips, got some acceleration. Good stuff. All right, let's start with Faeries Isle against Island. Island number 2, pass. Okay. Who can play at that game? They're going to end step and impulse. This is probably the deck with a bunch of counter spells. It's not exactly what we're into, but I'm going to have to fight against it at some point. All right, let's opt. I will bottom a land. We got enough of those. All right, Faeries Isle is available. I think I'm just going to spend this turn casting some cantrips. All right, let's go for Slight. Take another opt. Let's go for another Slight. Take Deep Analysis. And play another island. And I'll just pass. AK. Is this the mirror match? Shit. We may have been taking this too slow. I don't know if, like, the Stifle deck is playing AK. I heard this deck was playing AK. Alright, meditate. I'll keep opt again. I want to find another cost reducer. Bottom the island. Find another island. Cloud of Faeries. The island. Alright, I'm going to pass one more turn, and then we're going to try to win next turn. I don't feel great about this, though. We might be dead. No. No, we are not. We try to end step and meditate. No. Alright, let's untap. Draw, snap. Play island. Play Helm. Play Cloud of Faeries. They might be in the same spot where they, like, thought we had a bunch of counter spells. And now we're gonna kill them. We'll see, though. Let's, attempt to snap our Cloud of Faeries. Worst case, I can snap it again. Wow, it worked. Okay, let's Deep Analysis here. Alright, our first action spell just resolved. Let's try more Deep Analysis. Love it. Let's play another Cloud of Faeries. And if they just have nothing, they're so dead. Actually, at the point if they have something, they're still dead. Play another Cloud of Faeries. Untap, untap. Let's go for our first meditate. It's in there. Alright, let's Frantic Search. Get rid of a land. And pedal. Untap, untap, untap. Let's go for... Are we just gonna get brain freezed? Oh no. It just occurred to me. Well, we do have a stifle, so that's nice. If they have multiple brain freeze, we're probably just dead. Interesting. Well, let's meditate. Okay. Let's cast Petal. We can probably do the rest of it without drawing any cards. So let's try doing that. Play Helm. Play Cloud of Faeries. Untap, untap. Let's snap a Cloud of Faeries. They're gonna snap it. Okay. Fine with me. Cloud of Faeries again. And they skip. Alright. So this has got to be the mirror. Definitely the mirror. I think you need grids in the mirror. I mean, it could just let them win, but at the same time, you can't, like, go off. It's just kind of a stalemate. And then eventually we can accrue enough resources and then drop a grid and win in the same turn. I like having access to Stifle. I don't like that they're a 4 Brain Freeze deck. That kind of hurts. Crazy that no Brain Freezes in hand. It's possible it's not the mirror. Yeah, I think I just want the grids. And I can probably trim a Helm and like 1 cantrip. Maybe Slight is better than Opt because it doesn't actually draw a card, won't die to their brain freeze. But whatever. Alright, no cantrips. We do have 2 lands. I do have a grid. It is a little bit clunky, but I'm going to keep it. They mulligan once. Island go. Alright. We will also play an island and pass. Yep, that's a Sapphire Medallion. You got it. I would like to find one as well. Oh, man. Okay, I mean, it's not a bad draw. We have this Arcane Denial. Hopefully we can untap and win. Oh, they want to wait? That's fine with me, too. They have 4 cards. Alright, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna play Helm. I'm gonna hope that they can't win through this Arcane Denial. And then we're just in such a winning position at that point. Oh, they're gonna meditate? That's extreme. Okay. We draw land. We are so in. Defense grid costs 1. Drew a land. We go grid. And you're dead. Okay, let's go. Guess we start with Frantic. Let's start with Frantic. I want to find another cost reducer. Untap, untap, untap. Safest thing to do is Merchant Scroll Frantic. But I'm going to meditate. We just have so many hits. We didn't hit them. Yikes. Now I have to hit like Cloud of Faeries, exactly. Oh boy. Severely punished. Severely punished. Yep. We will pass. Yikes. They get 2 turns. I can't believe that meditate whiffed. If we had a Cloud of Faeries, a Frantic Search, a cost reducer. No, cost reducer wouldn't be good enough. Yeah, it's not enough hits. Yeah. Wow, okay. They cycled Cloud of Faeries and then cast an AK? Okay, there's a meditate. We are hoping for a miracle here. There's an AK. That's a Frantic. Discard Island. They also played another Helm. That's an Impulse. Another Meditate. Frantic. We're definitely dead. What are the odds we run into the mirror match? I think it's super slim. Another AK. Lotus Petal. Sapphire. Merchant Scroll. Get Brain Freeze. Cast it. And I'm sure they have another one. Alright, we screwed up there. That was definitely a missequencing. A little risky. I think I just want to run it back, though. Alright, game 3. Yeah, I'll take this. Let's go to Faeries Isle. Opponent said, new to this deck, never played the mirror. I said, my second match ever, huh? Fifth match in the format. They welcomed me. Okay. We play Island, and we'll pass. And then we have Grid into Sapphire, which I probably... I don't know, if they're tapped out, I'll just play Sapphire. They said, not sure what I think about 8 1-mana cantrips. No value from Medallion and Helm. You don't need the value at all times. Alright, they pass with 2 islands up. I think there's a low enough chance that we're gonna die on turn 3. Oh. We could try to go for the win. Problem here is that this Faeries Isle's gone next turn. I think I still like going Grid. We're gonna AK. I mean, to be fair, I could still try to go for it. Even if we have to meditate past, there's a non-zero chance they can't kill us in 2 turns. I could go Cloud of Faeries, go up to 3 mana, play Sapphire, go to 1 mana, snap, go back up to 3 mana, Cloud of Faeries, go to 5, and meditate. That's real good. Yeah, that's real good. Let's go. Untap, play Sapphire, play Snap, untap. Guess I meditate first. Sure. Okay. Play the Cloud of Faeries. Untap these. Let's opt. If we hit a Frantic, we pretty much win. That's a land. And a sleight of hand. They play another Sapphire. And then we pass and hope we're not dead. They've got 2 turns to figure it out. Do they have a cost reducer? They do. They have a Cloud of Faeries. And a Merchant Scroll. They got Brain Freeze. Alright. They have a Frantic. I could have slighted to try to find another Cloud of Faeries. No, that doesn't really help. Then we're back at the same spot with Cunning Wish. Alright, they discard 2 islands. They've got the Cloud of Faeries. We've got 5 cards in hand. Now they have a lot more. Meditate. They make a land drop. Nap the Cloud of Faeries. Forget to tap 2 lands. Not a huge deal. Or most likely not a huge deal. You meditate again. Cloud of Faeries. 4 mana. Another Helm. Petal. Might just be a double Brain Freeze situation. Yep, there's one. And I would assume another. Yeah. We don't have a way around this. I don't believe. Untap, I can Cunning Wish. We can go out on our own terms. With Meditate. Bang. Good games. Yeah, I don't think we played that perfectly, but didn't expect to play this format perfectly. See you round 3. All right, here we go. Round 3. This hand is excellent. Let's go. All right, Windswept Heath. I don't know what that means, but here it is. That's a bird. Okay. Don't love being on the draw. What are they playing with that bird? You know, it's worth noting that the first list that was given to me had mana short instead of defense grid, which I think would have been more useful in the mirror. Or they play another dork. I don't have any color. During your next untap step, do untap return. Okay. Don't really know what they're up to, but we're gonna find out, I guess. And is shaping up pretty nicely. Alright. Ice. Okay. That's annoying. Did not expect fire and ice, but alright. Another cost reducer. I actually don't hate that. We got some explosive stuff to do next turn. So next turn, let's say they tap out for something that doesn't matter to us. We can go Helm, Cloud of Faeries untap, Sapphire, Frantic. We have 2 cost reducers and 3 lands in play untapped. We do have to find action. All of the herd. Alright. It's like the Terravore deck or whatever. It's Oath, right? I think. I don't know what this thing is for, but I'm not sure. Alright, sleight of hand, could find stuff. Let's go Helm, Cloud of Faeries. Yep, I kind of expected that. Makes Snap worse, but that's about it. Now we play Sapphire. Now we play Frantic. We hit a Meditate. Alright, get rid of Arcane Denial. And the Brain Freeze. 1, 2, 3. Let's go Meditate. Another Frantic. Love it. Yeah, let's do that. Frantic. Get rid of the other cost reducers. Untap, untap, untap. Let's Merchant Scroll. Let's get Meditate. Let's cast it. Tap, tap. Cloud of Faeries. Untap, untap. Tap, tap. Let's sleight of hand. I'll grab Snap. Let's snap the Cloud of Faeries. Untap 2 lands. Retap them. Replay the Faeries. Let's slide again. Take whatever. Slide again. Take whatever. Let's opt. Keep the Merchant Scroll. Frantic. Rid of a couple cards. Storm is 17. That is enough. Yeah, let's Merchant Scroll. Frantic. Tap out, cast Frantic. Right now we have double Cunning Wish. So we can beat whatever. Have some sort of main deck nonsense. Say yes. Brain Freeze. You in the face. Directly. Got him. The problem here is I don't know what's happening. So there's that. Which is one of the reasons I wanted to play a Cunning Wish version. Because I always have a chance to find what I need. Like if they randomly have Guy's Blessing, as we just saw, I can set up a Stifle for it. I feel like it can't be a bad idea to play a Chain of Vapor. Or maybe it is. Let's just run it back. I don't know how much stack-based stuff they have. Like, they cast Fire and Ice off a Rainbow land. It doesn't really tell me too much, right? If they had mountains or something, I could expect red cards. We did kill them on turn 3, which was cool. Yeah. We keep these. Alright, we mulligan once, they didn't. Unfair. City Brass, more Rainbow lands. Elf. Got it. We hit a Meditate. I don't hate that. Guess I'm worried about this Sapphire Medallion blowing up. Getting blown up, rather. I'd like to find third land or second cost reducer. Ugh, Meddling Mage. You can name cost reducer, but you run the risk of just missing. Oh, they're just going to name Brain Freeze. Yeah, that's not. That's one of the worst things you could do. So they probably have like Disenchant or something. I can't imagine they tap out again, though. I'm still going to play it. It's better to play it out if they don't have removal for it and they just have something that interacts with Cloud of Faeries or another Meddling Mage. They haven't Disenchant. At least we know what we have to look for. Naturalize, yep, same thing. I like that we hit another land. Wouldn't mind just hitting a regular cantrip. Other Cloud of Faeries. I wonder if they have counter spells. Probably go for like an end step Meditate. It was either that or Merchant Scroll for opt. I mean, it could have Frantic to try to spike. We definitely have some reasonable cards to be able to do that. But let's see what Meditate does. Feel like it gets counterspelled. Mana Leak or something. It is. Okay. Well, at least they're tapped out now. And we drew a cost reducer. Perfect. Alright, let's play it. Play Cloud of Faeries. Untap. They have 4 cards. We go Cloud again, we go up to 3. Merchant Scroll, we go to 2. And then you could YOLO on a Meditate. But that's super risky. Could just Frantic right now. Could also just pass. It's a tough call. I'm gonna Frantic. It's Snap and Merchant Scroll. Let's get rid of Cloud and Merchant Scroll. We might be able to do it now. Snap goes up to 4, Cloud up to 5, 4. We're gonna have 2 mana post Meditate. Let's go. Let's try it. Scroll. Meditate. Send it. Okay. Play the Cloud of Faeries. Get 2 mana. Go Sleight of Hand. Oh, for another Meditate, huh? It doesn't really work. Let's play land. Let's play Medallion. And next turn we got like a million cards. We gotta hope we're not dead over the course of 2 turns. But we could definitely fight through some mana leak action. They've got 5 cards. There goes 1 cost reducer. And the other. Wow. Alright, they get in for 2. Here's their second turn. Land number 3. Get in for 2 more. Passing? They're casting something. Rexy and Negator, so they're going to tap out for a thing. 5/5 trample. Let's deep analysis. Oof. It's pretty bad. Alright, we'll pass. We're going to chump take 6, go to 3, which means I can't flashback. Which means I probably just block Negator so that they have to sacrifice a permanent. Or we could go to 1, so that Snap is a decent draw. Well, it's not a good draw yet, but yeah, I think that's the play. Winter Orb? Yikes. Well, that does it. We hit pedal. Let's meditate. Oh, man. Alright, game 3 it is. Okay, so I want grid. And I feel like normally I'd want Chain of Vapor. But if they're just going to name Brain Freeze, I don't care. Trim a cantrip. And probably pedal. This hand is so slow. I mean, making our land drops, it's similar to like, I don't know. You have 2 lands and cantrips. We're pretty toast if we just draw lands, though. We want to draw cost reducers? Yup. Well, let's make them have it. Make them have it. Make them decide between Meddling Mage and this. You're gonna let us keep it. Alright, I'm just gonna cast Deep Analysis. You wanna mana leak it? Kinda have to, right? No? Whoa. What is going on over there? Winter Orb, okay. But now they have mana leak? See if they'll let me Frantic. No, they get the mana leak. That's fine. Got plenty more cards where that came from. Do they have more mana leaks? Definitely makes Slight worse. Alright. I will untap once per turn. We want to draw islands. Kill the Medallion. Untap. We did not draw an island. It doesn't really make sense to use Sleight of Hand to find one. Land, they have 4 cards. No pressure, but I'm not loving this. I would love a land. Guess I'll take a pedal and play it. Similar to a land. Right, here comes a Negator. I'll just untap land. Cloud of Faeries. Let's play Medallion. Hope they have Naturalized instead of Mana Leak. Let's cast Frantic. Alright, we hit a land. That's really good. Let's get rid of Deep Analysis and Light of Hand. Untap 3, so we can pay for this. Let it resolve, play island, play Cloud of Faeries. Scroll for snap. Yes. Get in, play island, play Cloud of Faeries. Roll. Snap. Cast snap on Cloud of Faeries. Tap on tap. Well, I guess I shouldn't be tapping these. I should play Cloud just to get these untapped. It's a lot more sense. I'll tap 2. Cast Frantic. No, I should cast Deep Analysis first. 4 cards in hand. Then we'll Frantic. Alright, that's pretty good. We'll go to Island. I guess it's Cunning Wish. Tap 3. Cast Helm. Cast Cloud. We could whiff here. We'll find Frantic, Snap, or Cloud of Faeries. Good Deep Analysis instead. We already hit the pedal. I'm going for it. We hit the Cloud of Faeries. Tap, untap. Now we're in like the same spot. Oh, there's only one Frantic Search left in the deck right now. A lot of Snap though. It's YOLO. Oh, we hit, baby. Yes, we did. Untap, untap. Play another Cloud. It's a lot easier when you have a Teferi's Isle in play. It's Deep Analysis. English Brain Freeze. Cannot beat a Guy's Blessing. Gotta imagine it's in their deck, right? That stinks. Well, not much we can do against that. Let's hope it works. If not, we are dead. They said GG's. Wow, we got him. Nice. That was close. That was very close. Well, we're 2-1 in round 4. All right, we are back for round 4. I believe this is a rematch. I forget who it's or what they were playing, but we'll keep this. Either way, we will keep this. Let's play a turn 1 medallion. I mean, bit of a shame because we're going to be casting 1-mana cantrips, but I think it's still important to get it in. Okay, so it's like the Meddling Mage, Naturalize, whatever deck. I'm going to play a Dork. Oh, Nimble Mongoose. Let's go Sleight of Hand. I'll take another medallion in case they naturalize this one. And I'll save the Opt. They get in for 1. They're just passing. Imagine they have mana leak up. I'm gonna bottom the island. Draw another one. I don't hate Deep Analysis. I'm actually just gonna cast that. Nice, it resolved. Accumulated Knowledge. Land number 3. Black and blue. 3 mana. Vindicate. Okay. Well, I got 2 more of those. Merchant Scroll's pretty good. Let's go Sapphire, Deep Analysis, Merchant Scroll, or Frantic, and pass. Yeah, land number 4, they still have 5 cards in hand. Meddling Mage. That's not a big deal. They know we have Frantic, they can name that. We can snap Meddling Mage, or yeah, they just name Snap and then doesn't do all that much. Oh, okay. Double Meddling Mage is definitely annoying. This one's on Frantic? Yeah. Okay. We draw Impulse. I can go Sapphire, Cunning Wish, play my land, Chain of Vapor, the Frantic Search Mage. If they want to sack a land and bounce one of these, I can respond with Frantic Search. Let's do that. Get a Cloud of Faeries. Get rid of Sleight of Hand and Opt. Untap. Let's Impulse. We could take a Snap. If I want to bounce their Meddling Mage, then they could bounce my other medallion. Let's take Meditate. Bounces. Yeah, let's bounce it back. They want to sack another land. That means they can only play one Meddling Mage next turn. Yeah, they choose not to. Now we can go Cloud of Faeries, tap on tap. Turn 5. I don't have a land drop. Meditate is kind of risky. 2 snaps on the bottom. So let's Merchant Scroll. For snap, let's snap our Cloud of Faeries. Play Cloud of Faeries. 10 Storm. Meditate. Another snap. And a Sleight of Hand. Alright, Sleight of Hand has that action. It did not. That's a bummer. So I get 2 turns now. We know they have 2 Meddling Mage that we bounce back into their hand. So I think we've lost this one. We whiffed really hard on that Meditate. Alright, 1 Meddling Mage on Snap. 1 on Brain Freeze. I guess I have another Chain of Vapor in the deck. Technically, we're not dead. I guess I take it. And go to 8. We're almost tapped out. Oh, they're going to portent us. That's not good. I guess technically they don't know what we need. Well, they know we don't need a land. Alright, I'm going to go next. Meddling Mage is so obnoxious. Bring a Chain of Vapor in. Trim a Sleight of Hand. I don't hate Grid. I'm going to trim a Petal. And another Sleight. Alright, we'll take the play. This hand is fine. And pass. We're going to portent targeting us. This is not a good idea on turn 1. Because you have no idea what your opponent actually needs. They didn't shuffle it. And also, I'm going to opt. I will actually bottom that. And then they had an Impulse next and another opt. Okay. The Goose is now loose. That's a Rainbow land. Let's just go for Impulse. I don't hate Arcane Denial, but I'm going to take another Medallion. Take a draw step. Hit an island. Play Medallion. And pass it over. They've got an opt. Now, we could have just went like Helm Sapphire. Maybe we should have. And just hope they can only kill 1. Yep. They disenchant 1. The last time we did that, they had 2 disenchants, and it just made it so that they could cast both of them. I'll keep the cantrip. We get 1 more look. So we're not necessarily in a rush at the moment. Let's opt first. I'm not going to take a Merchant Scroll. Faeries Isle's interesting. Let's Sleight of Hand. Take the Cloud of Faeries. Play the Isle. Okay. And then we can set up probably like an end step Meditate. Untap. Helm. Go. Let's see what they're up to here. Just 3 mana. Armageddon. Okay. And now they have a 3/3. That's cute. That's so miserable that Armageddon is in a format. That's like one of the most feel-bad cards in the entire game. Jesus. Yeah, they're gonna opt. I mean, if we hit another land and they don't have much going, well, they're hitting land drops like crazy. And a Meddling Mage. This has been insane. The name Snap. We miss. We're dying quickly. Yeah, we're actually just dead. Now it's a 2-turn clock. We only have 1 draw. Because technically I can play Cloud of Faeries. Nope, another Meddling Mage. Well, that was one of the most outrageous hands I've played against yet. Yikes. Alright, we're 2-2. See you in the final round. Alright, here we go, final round. I was going to say, if it was someone that we've already played, I was going to move on to someone else. I shouldn't have even played that last match. Just rematch someone. I'm trying to make this feel like a league, you know? Now, 1 lander on the draw. 8 cantrips and 16 lands. It's 24 hits. Just shy of 50% twice, which is like 75%. Okay. I mean, the cantrip has to hit too, so I guess that kind of lowers the overall percentage that you're going to wind up with a second land. That's a terrible draw. But if we do hit a second land, we have impulses. And did we lose? We lost. Cool. So discard Cunning Wish. Draw land. Cool. Alright. Well, on the draw and a turn behind, so 2 turns behind. Against an AK deck with Fairy Conclave. Cast their Impulse. Get a land. Any order. Another land. I don't hate that. Let's pass. And step another Impulse. We have our 4th land already. No, I think I still want to land though. Any order. Untap. Lay land. Cast Sleight of Hand. I'll take Merchant Scroll. I'll pass. We set up an end step Meditate. See if we can power through. They're not doing anything. Meditate. They let it resolve. Okay. We're gonna get Armageddon? No. Okay. Let's start with Helm. Let's go Petal. Chain of Vapor the Helm. Going to Frantic in response. Did I already play a land? I did. This land is much better. There are 2 islands. That's fine. Let Petal come in. Recast the Helm. Play Cloud of Faeries. Let the trigger occur. Play Merchant Scroll. Get Arcane Denial. Cast Frantic. What do they have over there? Let's get rid of Teferi's Isle. And opt. Untap, untap, untap. Let's play Cloud of Faeries. Get more mana. Let's snap one of these Cloud of Faeries. Surely they have something that kills a creature. Wow. I have no idea what is in their hand. I'm so confused. Play another Fairy. Play Merchant Scroll. Doing something. Mana Leak? 45 cards, 30, 39. Let's Cunning Wish. We're gonna Mana Leak that. Arcane Denial that Mana Leak. And now we get to Brain Freeze. And they die on their upkeep because of Arcane Denial. Unless they have something for this. I don't, you know, they could Stifle, I guess, right? No, we just won. Alright. Cool. Alright, grid seems good. I don't know if there's permanent stuff that I'm worried about, but we'll let Cunning Wish deal with it. I like Deep Analysis here. That'll kind of helps against Mana Leak, but I think mostly I want land drops instead of petals. I mean, that was the game that we missed on the land, too. That's crazy. Ugh. Doing it again? You gotta note the quality of the hand, too. This doesn't have a cost reducer either. So that actually makes me... Oh, no. Well, it says Sleight of Hand. Okay. Let's get rid of Cunning Wish. Factory first, go. Interesting. Alright. Miss on a land. Hit. Let's go. Deep Analysis was not a bad draw. Unless we just never draw any more lands. Got him. I mean, I guess I'll start off by doing nothing. AK, sure. Alright, they play land and pass. Could cycle Cloud of Faeries, but I don't think I want to do that yet. As long as we're making land drops, I'm pretty happy. And then we can just, like, play a Deep Analysis. Dust Bowl. It's like a recurring, but more costly wasteland type of thing. Pretty cool. I've seen it before, been a while. Helm into Helm is pretty sick, but risky. Let's just Deep Analysis. Or at least attempt to. Nice. Very nice. Alright, they got their AK in. You got your draw 2, I got my draw 2. I had to tap out, but you didn't do anything with the 2 lands that you had over me. We hit our 5th land drop. Let's wait another turn. If we draw land, we can wait again. If we don't, then we can go. 3 of their lands don't make colors either. Ooh, that's a big AK. They're going to 10 cards, so they'll have to cast something if they want to make use of it. Nope. They discarded a sword, double swords. Alright, let's go Helm, Annul. Sure. Sapphire Medallion. Ooh, they let it go, that's perfect. Now I can deep analysis, they remove it, that's fine, I get my draw 2. Or they can counter this, whatever. Yep, that's fine. Draw my 2, hit my land drop. It's a little awkward of a land. There was an argument to holding it, because you can play it and then make use of it on the turn that you play it. I didn't want to go to discard. Especially like if we draw land, I'll probably just land and pass again. I only have 5 cards though. Humility. Okay. Now they have 4 cards, 3 lands. So now this land doesn't matter as much. Let's go Helm. Counterspell. Okay. Play Medallion. And then we have Arcane Denial for whatever play we might want to counter. They do have 4 cards. 3 cards. Attack with a factory. Attack with another factory. Is that all they got? Oh man. Alright, they are probably toast. What is this? Whatever it is, I'm probably countering it. Or they're gonna Dust Bowl. I guess that means I just cycle Cloud of Faeries, right? Pretty good use of that. Sure, it's gone. Now they're tapped out. We have 7 cards, 5 lands, and a cost reducer. Come on. Alright, let's kick things off with a meditate. Let's Frantic. Discard 2 lands. I want to find the Teferi's Isle. That would be nice. Or Cunning Wish. Frantic again. Discard Cloud of Faeries. And snap. Back to 5 mana. Also another cost reducer would be nice. Cast another meditate. Alright, there's the Teferi's Isle. It's actually worth a lot of mana. We'll play that. Then Frantic. Get rid of Cloud of Faeries and an island. And tap 3 lands. I'm gonna go for an opt. Bottom. Go for another opt. Bottom, Cloud of Faeries. Alright, let's scroll. Their last Frantic Search. I don't like that. Go Frantic. Get rid of opt. And deep analysis. Tap 3 lands again. Oh, they're at 40 cards. Let's impulse. Sucks there's nothing to snap. So I actually wish I had Cloud of Faeries. That would net a mana still. Guess it's Sapphire Medallion. Any order. Have the Brain Freeze in hand. Let's go Sleight of Hand. There's probably a point I could have Merchant Scrolled for Cunning Wish and Chain of Vapor, but it's awkward getting our Sapphire bounced. 12, 13, 39. We can mill 39 of their cards. Oh, plus we Arcane Denialed, so they die. Okay. Alright. Or they should die, unless they have some sort of... They have like Gaia's Blessing. We're in trouble. Does not look like they do. Oh, they didn't draw. Thought we used our counterspell this game. Well, they can't kill us, and they have 0 cards in deck, so they said GG. Cool. That was a fun match. I like the control matchup. I don't love the Meddling Mage nonsense, I'll say that. I'll have to look, I don't know, like, offhand what Obviously, there's cards you can play, but I don't know what's legal. Like, can you play repeal? We definitely need some sort of variation in, like, bounce stuff. I mean, you see Chain of Vapor everywhere. It's good, but it is awkward with our Medallion and Helm, for sure. I mean, I think overall things felt pretty smooth. I don't really have any complaints about the list. As much as I love accumulated knowledge, I feel like it's got to be bad. You're running 4 AKs, 4 Impulse. You're just not doing anything on turn 1. And you have to run a low land count, otherwise you fizzle too much. So you're going to have 1-landers. So you need cantrips. So you can keep 1-landers that have a cantrip. Or multiple cantrips. I also don't see people running Teferi's Isle, which seems pretty broken to me. It's not perfect, obviously, but it takes a little bit of finesse. But what I do like about it is that if you don't need your land drop yet, and sometimes there's some cost to it, you know, if you've made 2 land drops, and you have a cost reducer, and you're deciding to frantic, should I play my island or hold out for Teferi's Isle? Like, you know, you'd probably just play the island, but you already have 3 or 4 lands, or your hand is gas, whatever it may be. You can hold out until you get Teferi's Isle, and then it doesn't phase until the following turn, so you can make use of it through Cloud of Fairies and Snap on the turn that you play it. I can totally see the benefit of playing 4 Brain Freeze instead of Cunning Wish. Cunning Wish costs mana. You do have to really get yourself set up, which is part of the reason I think you need a certain density of it. At least a couple deep analysis, maybe even a third. Once you get rolling, it really prevents you from fizzling. Also, it seems like there's a lot of counter spells, and I'm sure there's a lot of discard. I don't think I want my deck to have 4 Lotus Petal, 4 Impulse, 4 AK. I get that you want value through cost reducers, but it's the classic issue that Ruby used to have before they printed better cards for Ruby, where the cards are busted when you have your reducer in play, but they're hot garbage, like actual act on impulse, right? 2 in a red to exile top 3 that you can only play for this turn. It wasn't until they printed the 2 mana draw 2s that stay until the next turn, and then printed 4 more so that you could run 8, so that your spells were actually good, or at least reasonable enough on rate without a cost reducer in play. I feel like it's the same thing with Impulse and AK, where you're not doing anything on turn 1, and then turn 2, you have all these 2-drops. Like, you can't make plays. You can't... I have 3 lands, I play a cost reducer, you counter it. Well, now I have a cantrip to set up the next thing, right? Now I have information, okay, you stop my cost reducer, I need to find another one. You can actually find another one. And we killed on turn 3 a lot, or at least a fair amount. So, having only 2-drops mean you're not doing anything on turn 1 or 3. Which I think are key turns for this deck. Like, you need your turn 1 to not be a mulligan. Turn 2, you have enough 2-drops, or if you play Teferi's Isle, you only have 1 mana on turn 2. You don't always want to turn 1 the Teferi's Isle too, because it does price you into going on turn 3 or 5, right? So, and 3 is like, you have to have a gas hand, right? But an average hand is probably going to be able to go on turn 4 and not want to wait until turn 5. Of course, depending on the context of your hand, you might not have a choice. But and I don't think we got to do it, but I definitely had the thought of like, sometimes I'm actually going to want to play Island first, which is even more reason to have 1 mana cantrips, right? Because you'll cantrip for 1 on 1, and then on 2 it's tapped, and then on 3 it's phased out. Although then presumably you have an island. I'm glad I goldfish with this deck, because I did put a second Teferi's Isle into play. And learn the hard way that it's legendary. But yeah, I think if it weren't for the fact that Isle is the land that you're looking for on your combo turn, I don't think the card would be good enough. But the fact that it's both a great setup card that you can foreshadow and play it early, as well as if you don't have it, you can hold out for it, and it's the best, one of the best draws. Seems good to me. I'll definitely play this deck again, and if someday you want to send it again and insist that I play a Lion's Eye Diamond version, I'm fine with that. I do appreciate you giving me the freedom to play around with it. Once I saw the list, I was immediately super excited for it. I've been hoping to see something that's as fun as this in the format. And, you know, I spent a good hour and a half goldfishing and tweaking and goldfishing and just having a ton of fun. It was kind of a problem because I needed to actually record and I just couldn't stop goldfishing. But that's enough fun of me. This format is sweet. Thank you so much, Nota Bene, once again, for this donation. If you want to see your deck played on the channel, please hit me up on Discord. Stop by my Twitch. I can do it live on Twitch for a smaller fee, or we can make a nice YouTube video like this. But above all else, keep storming. See you next time.